Select existing. Fuck, I should have did that. I'm still getting used to this new setup on OBS, which is kind of a version I haven't used before. And then, how do I share? Let's go to my channel. There's this new setup on OBS. Okay. Which is kind of a version I haven't. Great. Lower that volume. Put this up like this. There we go. Okay. And then notify everybody. So I will hit share on this. This is not the same one. That was close. So I go to view channel. Or is there share information from the OBS thing? Yeah, here we go. Share. Copied stream URL. Great. Now I'm going to remind everybody in Discord because last time I forgot. At everyone. DevStream on YouTube. Hop in and say what's up. Here we go. Boom. Send now to 300 people. Cool. I think I can close some of this shit now. Close, close, close. Let me take off my socks because it's getting warm, even though I have the AC cranked. Hello, everybody. Hello. I think I did myself right by making a list of things to do before I went to bed last night. And on that list is, let me see. You guys aren't going to be able to see this, but I'll read it aloud. Well, it wasn't really much of a list. It just a to-do item that says, start actually setting up the game to play like the game does. And then in parentheses, the opening and progression, etc. Right now, we've just been building systems, setting up assets, and I think the only thing that's actually close to like what it's like when you open up the game right now is the little opening dialogue thing. So what I want to do is actually start implementing the sort of branching paths of decisions that the player could be making. ZebraCon says, hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, the first thing that happens in the game is that conversation. It happens on black. So I can even go through this. Let me add a step. So it's like, so start on black. Music begins. Then conversation starts. Okay, there we go. Maybe don't even start on black. Maybe, actually, yeah, start on black because you're supposed to wake up from. Or let me see. I may not type in the chat much, but I'm always watching. Oh, Janjero! What's up? Holy shit! All the old heads are rolling through. What's going on, Janjero? Hello, hello. Rez. Hey, all. Damn, the whole ass crew is here. What's up, everybody? What's up? Okay, so we start on black. Music starts. Conversation starts. And then after the conversation, I think it's like you fade in from black. Fade in from black while laying in bed looking at ceiling. And then animate camera getting up, which is just move from sleeping slot on bed to normal player view slot on the controller, which is standing next to the bed. Okay, I think that's how you do it. Okay, I think that's grounds enough to start. Let's do it. So start on black. how do we just start on black? Put it in my master canvas. So master canvas, main canvas. We'll do a UI panel and then get rid of the source image and change this to black and no alpha. Okay. Maybe change it to a, yeah, let's see what it looks like black. I'm gonna not have it a raycast, and I think that's okay for now. Okay, so this is the solid color panel. Might just make it the dedicated black one. Jojo says, I'm a bit anxious that you put a deadline for the game and you might want to put more work into it. I'm going to put something out for people to play. How stable it is and how fun it is, that's not for me to decide. It's for fate to decide. But I would love to come back to it if people love it enough. The whole point of this is to sort of get my ass up and going about putting out smaller projects that hopefully can help sustain me, like, income-wise. So I want to make good games that people genuinely want to play, just on a very small scale. So hopefully I don't have to stress about, like, bills and shit while I work on, let's call them less marketable things, like Memories of a Spy. Memories of a Spy is a big old experiment. Yeah, if you got the stream before, by the way, this is not like my normal games. This game is very, very, very traditional. So there's not a lot of experimental mechanics and stuff like that. I'm mostly just trying to have a good time, making a spooky, vibey kind of thing. Okay, so Solid Color Planet, we start, this is already, I could check that off, we start on black, and then music begins. So I feel like in Game Manager, I should have something, I should have like an FSM called, like, what do you call it? Like, story progression? Maybe? Is that just one FSM? It feels like a lot to be putting in one FSM. Let's find out. I've never had to do one of these, you know, again, traditional kind of things. Okay, so we'll call this on black, and we'll say on black, comma, cue music, and I'll put in a master audio, or actually I could take it from this one, just yoink it from here, X, and then put it in here, paste. Okay, so it starts playing that music, and then give this a delay. So we'll go wait. We'll wait like 1.5 seconds. And then when it finishes, we'll say start conversation, which I will also take from here. I'm going to take all three of these. X, Game Manager, paste them in. I'm actually going to take these disable control things and put them at the top. So even before we're on black, I'm going to say disable controls. And I'm going to take them from here and put them in here. Okay, so game starts, disables controls, cues the music, waits a second and a half, and then starts opening conversation. And check the to-do list. Check. Okay, so here's the thing, is after the conversation, fade in from black while laying in bed looking at ceiling. That means that initially the camera does need to be parented to that sleeping spot. So let's go to the scene view and go into the house, turn off the light. Oh, I think I know why. Nope, never mind. Okay. So you wake up like right here. So if I select the bed, Where's the bed at? Oops. I feel like as a child of the bed, I'll make a 3D object cube. Let's get rid of its box collider. Shrink it down a little bit. Let's do 0.25, 0.25, 0.25. Oops. Okay, and we will put it like right here. And we want to turn it this way. Right? Yep. And then this way. Okay, so it's looking forward like that. And we will scooch it up just a skosh. All right, and then we'll turn off the mesh renderer. And I'll tag this tag as camera slot, and we'll call it laying or bed sleep camera slot. Okay. And then let me copy that. So I think what that means is game manager, let's even put that, let's call this a new state where we say position camera position init. Okay. And we'll say that we're finding, oops, a find game object. Put this in the camera position right here. Named this, tagged this, and we'll save as that. Then we find game object tagged as, I think it's tagged as just main camera, isn't it? It is, good. Game manager, finding the main camera, and we're going to store it as main camera. We'll make this an action sequence, and we're going to do set parent. How is it set on this? It's just set to the camera slot. Okay, brilliant. And player camera slot, we may as well get that as well, right? I love these PS1 style horror games. I started making one myself and watching your videos on streams or streams. Always learn something new on how to use Playmaker. Yeah, I've been waiting to actually make and ship a PS1 style horror game as well. It's such a, like, I don't know, I don't even see it as like a trend. Like, I used to think like, oh, okay, maybe this will pass, but it is basically just, it is just like a subgenre or a little style at this point. Because it's even, I would almost go as far as to say it's a genre, just because of it's not just the cosmetic like realm that you're working in. It's also like mechanically, a lot of the times like the PS1 style games abide to sort of like systems or like mechanics from the era as well. So it is kind of like a fun way to like play in that. You should share some pictures of whatever you're working on. This isn't the first one too, by the way. I feel like I've made like maybe 2 other things, but only shipped 1. Okay, so the PSX camera slot, or the player camera slot, we need to know what that is as well. So let me just like that, and then like this. There we go. So we have all of the slots that we need for this moment. We might even get more later. If this story progression is constantly moving the camera around, I'll probably get all this information up front. And then we set the main camera as a child of the bed sleep camera slot, and we'll reset the local position and rotation. And then we disable controls, start opening conversation. And then the conversation, so if we go to the dialogue manager, and where the fuck is my dialogue at? Whoa, where the fuck is this shit? Let's Put in 1. Is there a way to, like, focus in? Hey, where'd this shit go? Okay, whatever. So end, I send this event. Dialogue end conversation. But now I'm kind of thinking that the event it should send should be... Let me try this. That in here, I'll make a new event. Let's look at our categories for events, because I think I'm about to make a new category. We have alarm, camera, character, computer, dialogue, controls. By the way, this computer and machine shit, it's from the project that I copy-pasted this whole Unity project from, so there's a bunch of shit in here that I actually don't need necessarily. I guess I could get rid of. I'm going to leave it for now. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, so I think I'm going to do story space / space oh, continue. It might be as simple as that. We'll see if I can get away with this. So add transition, story, continue. And it's global, okay. So then I'll go down here. And so when that ends, it does the camera move. So I'll put in a tween position and tween rotation. I might end up finally using my do tween actions and do tween. I've never used it before. Let's see if I can still get away with this. I remember basically tween rotation and tween position never line up like right. There's always this fucked up thing where it's like the rotation like snaps and finishes like a 25% before the position tween does. Yeah, this is the cheap solution for now. Okay, so the game object that we're rotating is going to be the main camera, and the 2 is going to match a game object rotation, and the game object is the player camera slot. No offset. It's going to be ease in out quad, and it will take 3 seconds. Similarly, we're going to move the main camera, its position, to a target game object, and this one is going to be also the player's camera slot. This will also take 3 seconds, and this is also going to be ease in out quad. This one will have a finished event, which will just be plain Jane old finish. Okay, so we'll call this state like move camera to player. Okay, and then once it's here, we can now send another event, which I think is enable controls. So I think I just take these boys. What's this event called? I think it's dialogue end. It's just dialogue end conversation. Okay, I'll just send that instead. So we'll just do send event to game object FSM dialogue end conversation. So that'll return controls. Return controls. That's all that does, right? Am I tripping? It just enables look and move and interact. Okay. Story progression. Jonathan Santos. Hi, all. Hello, Jonathan Santos. How's it going? Hello, hello, hello. All right. So if I'm lucky and I didn't forget anything... Oh, almost forgot something. Okay, this is it. Last move, right here. You put in the dialogue thing, right? This transition, story / continue. Did I spell that right? Yeah, okay. I'm going to go here. And this, I need to say, is the 4th FSM, right? Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th FSM. So it might say 5. Because I think it's like... it only starts numbering them after the first one. Whatever the final FSM is, right? Story progression. Story/continue. Okay, selecting it, dragging and drop this in. Oh, no, that's not right. Hang on. Let's lock. Oh, shit. What do I do here? Do I have to... Shit. Alright, I'm just gonna have to double up on these. See, this is annoying. Add tab, inspector. Okay, so I have two inspectors now. I'll lock this one, select this, drag this in right there, and then send. Yep, Playmaker 5. And we're gonna send event string, story, space/space, continue. Okay. Let's see if this shit works. Game, I'm gonna unmute it. I'm gonna mute my mic when I play this, and we're gonna keep an eye on, see, play unfocused. All right, here we go. We're gonna keep an eye on this FSM as well. Play.
Dost thou ponder the relentless...
Forgot something. Have to remove the black screen. Okay, so on our solid color panel, give this an FSM. Call this solid color panel. Edit. And then, do I have any thing that I use for that camera? Strobe, chamber strobe, off. Controls, dialogue, door, goal, machine story. Okay, I think this is fine. We'll do this as screen space/space fade in from black. There is also an action, but it uses some different logic, and I think doing your own panel is a little safer. So we're gonna do tween color, and then we'll set the property of color to a variable that we'll call solid color panel underscore color. It's running every frame. The time it will take is 1.5 seconds. I'm gonna have to do some timing on this as well. It'll do ease in out quad or ease out quad maybe. Let me see, ease in quad. Yeah, ease in quad is fine. Okay. The value is this color, and it'll go from black to, oops. Oh, this is the one that's supposed to be that. There we go. To black as well, except fully transparent. Okay. And so in this, it'll send on start conversation. We will send event, broadcast all, global events, screen, fade in from black. Okay, let's see if that works. Muting the mic.
Dost thou ponder the relentless passage of time, weaving a tapestry beyond mortal understanding?
Okay, it went to... Ah, I see my problem. So I need it to be on black the whole time. Before, it was that the panel was covering my thing. So how do I solve this shit? I guess it's just an arrangement, right? I just change where my panel is. I was looking up. Where's the camera here? Oh, right. Is it as simple as being able to, like, maybe copy this solid color panel and then put it in as a child of this, paste as a child? And then remove it from here, turn this off. And then in the game manager, let's not send that event, right? At the end, I think that goes here. We have to fade in. So we'll call this one fade in, wake up, right? And we'll put this in there. Okay, and we'll put wait 2 seconds, then it'll go here. Then it'll move the camera. Okay, should that work? Gotta find out. Game, press play. Also, I got a package. I'm gonna have to run downstairs and grab a package really quick.
Dost thou ponder the relentless passage of time, weaving a tapestry beyond mortal understanding?
Aye, my thoughts blow wildly in time's wind, and I cannot tell the sky from the ground. Nay, my thoughts are simple.
Believest thou that thy choices alter the histories of man, or are they indifferent to thy will?
Indifferent to my will, and to thine.
Is inaction itself not a choice stained with consequence?
Aye, he whose lips never let prayer pass begs in silence for hellfire.
Art thou the master of thy path, or merely a witness to a story foretold?
The road bends where it doth, am I right?
Can the echoes of thy actions resound through the ages?
Only echoes when thou breakest wind.
Believest thou in fate immutable, or in the freedom to shape thine own?
The world awaits thy decisions not. It ain't gonna wait up for you, man. Oh! Oh! Let's go! Kinda worked. Almost worked. Whoa! But look at controls are sideways. Fuck. Okay, so and I'm like hard locked into like not being able to turn the whole way because this is actually my look up and down, so it's tied to 90 degrees and I can't look left and right like this at all. So what happened there? Let's go to Game Manager. We'll go to Camera Position Init. It found all of the things bed camera slot. Let's focus in on that really quick. Oh, look. Well, actually, yeah, that is right here. It should have went there. I wonder if... John says, this is so cool, the dialogue system I recently learned you can do like global boolean, so even if the scene restarts after the enemy kills you, something can change or trigger something new. Yeah, they have the whole Lua variable system, which is something that I'm going to be using a lot of. I already, if you can check out some of the stream VODs, or wait, no. I was streaming on Twitch, but I will chop those Twitch streams up and put them in a video later, but you'll be able to see... I did some tests where it's like the woman at the door responds to you like based off of how many eggs you brought her, and that was just like a little dialogue system like int value that matches every time you like put an egg, but it like goes directly to the dialogue system, which is awesome. Okay, so did I consider the problem right now? Bed sleep camera. Let's see. Oh, right. So maybe the world... I think it's because I set this world's position stays. I think... If true, the parent relative position, scale, and rotation are modified such that the object keeps the same world position, rotation, and scale as before. Right? So I want to uncheck that. And then return controls is end conversation. I want to make sure that... it sets the parent correctly. So I think I'm just going to do set parent. We'll make this an action sequence. And it'll be, we're going to set the main camera to the player camera slot, and we'll do this. What is with the default controls for set parent? Seemingly... Am I tripping, man? For some reason, sometimes I feel like this is checked and sometimes it's not. Okay. Yeah, I want to leave it unchecked, I think. So it'll set the parent first, and then it'll end the conversation. I'm going to skim through the conversation this time. And I'm going to keep it muted, just so we don't have to drive ourselves crazy listening to that shit over and over again. Is there a way to... do that faster? No, I'm just gonna test it. Fuck it. Okay. I guess you know what I could do is in Dialogue Manager. Maybe it's this one. I could have swore there was an option for it to just show the things right away. I think there is. Not localization. Require inform sequence. Other settings. All right, well, I tried. It's not that much of a wait. Okay, let's just give it a go. So, so far this is working. It loads up on black, plays the dialogue sequence. I can still answer all my questions and shit, and everything looks fine. And then at the end it did the move, and it even put me back onto the controls of the player. But it was all sideways and fucked up. So this time, hopefully deactivating that one world position stays value is all I needed to do. Because I think having to go through this every single time to test this is a pain. I'm either going to have to really dig for this feature to skip through things, or... Alright, here we go. Let me pause it really quick. Where does it put the fucking camera? It puts it over here. Wait, that's not it. No. That's not it. PSX camera, 2 player camera. Okay, PSX camera, 2 player camera slot. I wonder if it's this local offset not acting like a local offset. Maybe if it's using it as a world position. Okay, here's PSX camera. And it is right here. What's right there? Is that where the player is? That is where the player is. Game manager. Camera position init. I get the bad sleep camera slot. I get the player camera slot. I set the PSX camera. Oh! I wonder if the PSX camera is fighting. Where is it? I think the PSX camera has some... Look at this. Right here. It goes into player mode. Okay, that's our problem. Go inside this, and I'm gonna delete this little, right, because it was automatically going to the player. We don't want it to do that. We want it to do nothing until it's told to do something. And is that it? Match camera position rotation, camera mode. Okay, I think... Oh, weird. And then this player entity, it should not be doing that. I don't think it should be doing this. I'm going to turn that off. That might also be causing some problems. Because there's some things in here that, like I said, there's like an old project that I duplicated. Okay. Cool. I think the test can actually just use this. Was it just old lady? So in the test, we're going to say old lady. And it's going to do that little bit about eggs. In fact, to make it even faster, I'm going to get rid of this. Just where are my eggs? Okay. So hopefully this will be faster to test. All right. Giving it a spin. That ain't right. Hang on. Why is it rendering? I think the thing is now it is putting the camera where it belongs, but maybe it's this, maybe it's this. Okay, goes in here, and it sees, you see that? It's a world space canvas, so it's like we're laying in bed. Kind of like when you hold your phone above you when you watch it in bed. But okay, so it's seeing these pillars, right? And the wall? Oh, it's seeing like the stone. Okay, that makes sense, Okay, so what I want to do is select this, and then take a look at these. From shader, that, I mean, that's fine, that makes sense. Um, hmm. I think now it's a matter of I feel like I should just put the camera somewhere else until it needs to go there. Because right now I'm like dealing with this like world space shit. Okay, so like, yeah, for example, if I select this canvas, so where is that canvas at? Dialog Manager canvas. This is it, right? Screen space camera? Isn't it? Or am I tripping? What are my options? Yeah, screen space camera. Okay. If I go to game, and then my plane distance. See that? Let's set it to 0.3 and see if I can get away with it. If I can get away with that, that's an easier fix, because you just watched it figure itself out. Where'd it go? Oh, get fucked. Where? I was just looking at it. Did I not apply? Maybe overrides apply all? Now, if I go inside, will it show me? Screen space. Oh, you know what? It's because in the prefab mode. Whatever, that's fine. 0.3. Okay, at least it tests super fast now. So we play again. And now, you should get a black screen. Okay, dialogue appears on black. Works out fine. I can say the thing. Oh, I still have camera controls. What's going on? Where did it start? Ah, that's funny. Our test conversation doesn't trigger the thing that this does. So I'm going to take this scene event. What's cool about this is you can actually just right click and copy. And I can go in scene events and I can literally just slap this shit at the end. Paste. Okay. I'm so glad I did this thing, because can you imagine having to figure this out every single time with a long ass conversation? Where the fuck are my eggs? Up your ass. Okay. Nice. It kind of it did work. We just have to put our player inside. Okay. That's the move. Let's put the player. It works. It works. Right here. And we'll make the player face the door. So the player's like right here. Let's also put the player as close to the ground as possible. Like right here. Okay. And then the door is right there, so they will rotate just a little bit like that. Okay, save. And for this test, it might help to just, I don't know, plop in a light, a point light. Because it is crazy dark in this room otherwise. We can actually kind of make it like... What if we put these by the windows? You know what? Just for testing, I'll do polishy shit later. Okay. Intensity. We'll have it like that. Range. Like that. That's fine. Just so we can kind of see our orientation when we wake up. And this just sort of suggests like some daylight coming through the windows. I'll polish that shit up later. Okay, playing it. Dialogue. Also, I can't move, right? Let me put this side by side. Okay, nothing's happening. Yep. Player's just sitting there. Great. Then I could say the thing. Eyes open. Camera gets up and goes to the position. And now we can move around. Okay. So that's how the game starts. Brilliant. And look, our little rabbit's following us around. I also found a tweak I wanted to make to the rabbit, because he kept switching idling animations even when he didn't move, but I'll change that later. Great. Moving on. So after the conversation, fading from black while laying in bed, looking at ceiling, animate getting up, move from bed to player. Check. Great. Next. Okay, so now we come up with the next, let me see, let me look at my script. Again, windows that are off screen, but I will say these aloud. So when you wake up, your baby's crying and your husband's at the door. So, you have to pick something to start. So we'll make it so that they're both like sound driven basically, but the baby, there's also something mechanically about it. So I think right now the move is to program the sort of crying / like soothing baby mechanic. If the baby's crying, you go over and you hit E on it like anything else in the game and you pick up the baby. But I want it to be that you hold the baby on the left side of the screen and then you use all of your other main items on the right side of the screen. And so what's kind of difficult about that is there's like a few questions here. Holding baby, holding something else. If I want to drop one, if I want to put one down, there's only one key for dropping things right now, which is F. So do you just always have an order? Does it always drop your right hand thing first and your baby second? Because what if you're like trying to drop your baby first and then use the thing that you had in your hand? It would be inconvenient to have to drop the thing in your hand first, then drop your baby, then pick up the thing in your hand and then use it. And I don't want to make 2 drop buttons. And I was thinking about making the Q key a button to hush your baby, right? So if you're holding your baby and you hit Q, it'll like, you have to like tap Q and it does this and it calms your baby down. Maybe maybe holding either Q or F drops the baby. Is that fair? What do you guys think? Anybody listening in on this? Let's see. If you press F to drop, like, whatever, you're holding an egg basket, you press F to drop that, you're holding your baby. You want to hit Q to put your baby to sleep. And then hold, because like the thing about hold is like you can't act quickly in a bind, right? Like you could drop things quickly with F, it just immediately drops them. you want there to be some safety precaution. You don't want people accidentally hitting Q and it just automatically dropping their baby. That's like a bit quick. So maybe holding it is actually kind of a nice safety precaution as well. So it serves it serves three things. It does two things, but it serves a third sort of purpose. One is Q is used to hush your baby as you tap it. Two is that Q is used to place your baby down as long as you hold it. And three, there's a nice little added benefit of that where since you have to hold Q to put your baby down, you can't sort of like, unintentionally and sort of haphazardly drop your baby by accidentally tapping Q. So it's more intentional on the player's behalf. Chandra says, I asked ChatGPT, but I can't send the answer. It's too huge. Option 1, drag and drop interaction, contextual drop. Contextual drop. But even if it was a contextual drop, I think it changes because you don't want to place your baby if your reticle is on something else either. Because what if you want to hush your baby while your reticle is on the contextual drop object? What's the baby for? The baby is just your baby. You should just give a shit about your baby. Also, you can choose to not give a shit about your baby. I have options in here if you're the kind of person who doesn't give a shit about your baby. We'll get to those options later. And some of them are secret for now. I might have to do off stream for spoilery reasons. Pop up, drop what? Oh, speed. Never mind. Right, the speed thing. I think though the hold Q. I feel okay about this. I feel okay about the holding Q thing. So I'll do this. We'll make it so that tap Q hushes baby. Hold Q places baby down. And that way too, what it'll do is it'll use a different method than just dropping things normally. And this method is that it will do raycast downward and then place baby at hit point. So it doesn't use the rigid. I mean, it has a rigid body, but it'll sort of place it down safely. Because right now it's like when you drop your baby. I don't know if you guys saw in the last stream, but your baby can like roll over and shit if you like drop it at a funny angle. Okay, so tap Q, hushes baby, hold Q, places baby down. So what we need to add, though, is the baby crying mechanic. So baby crying mechanic is... How does that work? I think it's like... I think it's kind of like stamina, where there's like a meter where the baby's fine, but if it hits 0, it starts crying. So we'll call this baby crying. What do you call that? Like, you're pacifying it, but your baby's not quiet meter. I'm just trying to think of like what you named the meter. The baby's patience meter, mood meter, baby tantrum. Maybe mood meter is fine. Baby is hungry. I would like to start getting into that. I would love to do stuff where you actually have to feed your baby and stuff. But I think it's best to put that on wish list. I think right now it's just like a shh, because right now you don't even eat and stuff, and you need to give them some milk to stop. On the wish list for sure. If this game pops off and people like it, I would love to add something like that. Mood would work to affect both ends, right? Mood meter. So maybe just baby mood meter, right? And we'll say that. It works like health. So, in fact, I can wing it when I do that. So let's actually start on it now. Temperament, baby. Oops. Whoops. Wait, you guys still see my stream? Sorry, hold on. There's a bit of a delay, so I never know. Okay. Sorry. It's weird. I'm looking at like 3 monitors of the stream. There's the OBS, and then there's the phone, and then there's my camera. Okay, so what I meant to write was temperament. Baby Is it temperament? Really? That's how you spell it? Temperament. You know what? For programming's sake, I love temperament, but changing it back to mood. Okay, baby mood meter. Fuck it. Here we go. So let's go to the baby prefab. Open this little bastard up. Gender neutral, by the way. Haven't really decided if it's like a boy or a girl or whatever. Don't even know what the image reference is. And then we'll add an FSM. And we'll call this baby mood. Edit. Okay, and we'll call this init. And we have a depleting mood. And I guess it can be random so people don't just spam Q so it never cries. Also, the crying can like make the AI enemy detection FOV a bit higher or something. Yeah, so that's the thing is the baby crying will definitely attract attention. Absolutely attract attention. Okay. Float subtract. And this is where we write our mood amount. Baby mood. Maybe it's just baby mood. And every frame per second, it's subtracting 1. And then you do we keep these systems separate. You do a float clamp running every frame. And the float variable is baby mood. The min value is 0. And the max value is, we'll call this baby mood underscore max, max value. And we'll make this an input variable just so I can play with that and tune it as we go along. Let's say for now it's 5, so we can do quick testing. So we can watch it cry and we can watch it calm down. So depleting mood, just subtract 1 from that, and it just clamps at 0 and 5. Okay, and then what you do is in here, you put in hush baby. I don't know what to call these systems, but you know, you have a key, right? Get key down, and you make it so that on Q, it sends event. Hush baby question mark, and it'll send the event yes, indeed hush the baby. Okay, and you put in a hush, which sends an event to game object FSM in baby mood. We'll have here a new thing, baby space / space hush. Okay, and then we add the global transition here. Call this hush baby, and you float add, and you add like 1.5 for this test. So in fact, I'll make it hush to add, right? The float variable is to our baby mood. We'll make this an input so we can also tune it as we go along. Hush to add, I'll say 1.5 for now. It only does it once, and then it sends back to depleting mood. That way, back on hush baby, this event gets sent to hush baby, or no, I'm sorry, baby mood, baby hush. Making video games. And then put a little buffer here so people can't spam it. You put a 0.2 quick idea. Oh, wait, that's not going to work. Fuck. I want the baby to, you know, have that bobble, you know, the hush up and down. But if I use tween, it locks it in world space. It doesn't do it in local space, even when you set local offsets and blah blah blah. I think it has to be an animation clip, maybe. I think an animation clip might be the answer. Let's do animator play. How much is one? It's like half a second, right? So it's like maybe 0.75 seconds. Let's do half a second. It hushes the baby, and then on this thing, this is just a model, it will have an animator. Can't believe I'm adding a fucking animator to the baby. Well, actually it doesn't even need to be on this. I think it could be on this. Animator on here. And then let's go to animations. We'll make a new folder called 00_baby animations. And then in here, create animator controller. We'll call it baby animator controller and slap it in here. And then you hit Control 6, create a new animation clip, and we'll call this baby hush bounce. And then I do have to go get the package at my door. Hold on. After I do this, I gotta get the package at my door. I don't want to get robbed. Let's shrink this a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. Add property, baby and blanket, transform. Can I do all of them? Or I just do position. Okay. It's like that. And then I want to say I just whoop last one, Z. There we go. I think that's all we do. And then we, right, so it's like this. Okay, I think that works. Okay, hush baby bounce. Animator. And then you add a create a new state, empty, and this one is idle. Okay, and you get rid of this, do that. Okay, idle is the default, hush baby bounce is there as an option. Copy it, go to the Playmaker FSM, boom, boom, in here. You say that you play that. How long was the animation though? It's about 1 second. So it should be much faster, right? It has to be half a second. Right here. That looks perfect. Half a second is perfect. And then this is already set to half a second. I'll put this at the bottom. We'll even make this an action sequence. And then after one hush, it comes back up here and asks you if you want to do it again. Okay. We're about to hush a baby. God, I hope this fucking works out the gate. Q, press it once, sends yes, goes here, hushes, sends baby hush, baby mood, gets that, Does the float add? Sends here. Cool. Oh, one more thing, because we need to be able to test this. And I feel so confident about all this to begin with that I'm going to... Let's put all this bullshit up here, by the way. That down here, we'll do baby crying, or baby cry. Okay, last thing. Whew. Some good work. Let's bring this shit home. It checks for get FSM float every frame from baby mood. It gets baby mood, and then it does a float compare, also running every frame. And it says if it ever gets to 0, if it's equal or less than 0, we ask the question, cry, question mark? And the answer is yes, if it's equal or less than 0. Okay, come down here, and then you do, bro, honestly, I'm just gonna do a, I should just do master audio. We're already here. Master audio, play, sound. Okay, and I'm gonna pick a baby sound that I already had loaded up yesterday. Crying, yes. Okay, I'm gonna download a baby sound. Let's see, 8-month-old. How's this? That's the one. All right, we'll download an MP3 because I'm cheap like that, and save it to documents, GitHub. Still haven't made the Git repo. Fuck, I need to get the Git repo. If everybody will shame me into making a Git repo, I will do it. I have to do it today because I'm making way too much progress to risk all of this shit. Audio, sound effects, baby, save. Okay. I'm gonna call the sound group name baby cry, and I'll just rename the thing. Attach to the game object, yes. Okay. So it cries here, crying, and then we'll put these two in here as well, except this time, if it's greater than, put in parentheses here, stop crying, question mark, then it comes here, and it audio stop. Baby cry. Wait. Okay. Stop crying. Oops. Don't forget to get repo. Thanks. I sent on general chat another audio file. Maybe you will like this more. You mean in here? Let's see, general baby crying. That is a good one. May I ask where you got it from, though? Did you get it from Freesound? Because that's okay if it's from Freesound, but I just need to know the rights. The place I'm getting mine from, I have a little symbol that always says like if it's if it needs attribution or whatever. Let me know, because I can. That is a good one, and I'm gonna need more crying sounds. So let me know where you got that from and what the Pixabay. I think it's free. Okay, can you send me a link to where you downloaded from? Can you DM me a link so I can just you know, hard confirm that I won't get sued? Okay, master audio project. Audio baby. Dropping that in. Okay. Rename it to that. Save. Open up baby. Playmaker. Baby cry. Crying, stop crying. And then once it says stop, it comes up here to check again. Okay. Send a link. I think it's royalty free. It says. Okay, right on. Let me see. Great. I think also Pixabay is sort of like cross the board, lets you, or does it? Free for use under the Pixabay content license. Use content for free. Use without having to modify and adapt in any immoral, illegal, misleading. Okay. Trait. You cannot use content. Recognizable brands. Okay. Particularly you can. Okay. Great. Wonderful. Also, I need to keep an eye on Pixabay more for sound effects. That's a great sound effect. Thank you. Because I'm going to download probably like 50 other baby crying things just so people don't... I want people to lose their minds listening to a baby cry, but I don't want them to lose their minds because of knowing the same baby cry loop. So I'm definitely going to pop that in later, because that's going to get super annoying listening to the same sound effect. What's very annoying is that right now there we go. Great. Good to know. This is where I got my sounds. Also try 11 Labs if you want voice acting. I use a bit of Fiverr, but I'm out of budget. Yeah, I do need to. I was looking at some voices.com actors. I'm still not 100% sure what I'm going to do about the women in the game. I was thinking about maybe doing like a narrator thing where I kind of affect some other voice for these characters, but I put the narrator spin of like said so and so. You know what I'm saying? I'm not super crazy about the idea. It sounds fun, but I think for other moments in the game, I'd actually rather have actors. But yeah, 11 Labs. Wait, what is 11 Labs the AI thing? Oh, text to speech. Yeah, right. I've done some funny stuff with that shit. Okay. So, save. Why does this not save? Okay. I guess we just play it, right? I think the baby's gonna be crying out the gate. Sorry. Is this shit working? I can't tell. I can't tell if it just stopped looping. I guess I should look at the... I think it is working. I'm so sorry. How come I can't see my fucking baby? Oh, there we go. It does. It works. I'm hushing my baby. Look at the values over here. Oh, hold on. Let me expose the baby mood value. Look at it. You can see it. See, I'm hushing him, and you see the baby mood in the bottom right-hand corner. It's going up to 5. And then if I or it's currently at 4 point something. If I let go of it, 3, 2, 1, cry. Wait, cry. There we go. And I can shut it up. So that's working. Okay. The only problem is that this animation keeps playing. I forgot to set it so that it stops after a bounce. Dude, this is great. I actually love that. This is such a satisfying thing. Okay, so I have my baby right here, right? And then I'm gonna let it... I'm going to this. Let it start crying. 3, 2, 1, 0. Shut the fuck up. Okay, let's make some, give the baby an iPad. Yeah, there's gonna be a secret item where it's just like this old-timey iPad. I sent you an example from 11 Labs. You can save a lot of money using AI instead of real voices. I'd literally rather do the voices myself. And it's not because I don't think the AI voices don't sound great. They do. I've actually used plenty for like prototypey shit. But I'm not trying to support that industry. Unless I can afford to pay the people royalties and, you know, was running my own thing. But I don't. That's even more expensive in its own way. I'd rather pay actor friends. Have you seen Witch? Yes, I have. Robert Eggers' Witch. That's the big inspiration on this game. And also that, and then I'm sure everybody's tired of seeing this, but this came out this month. National Geographic: The History of Witchcraft. So this and that Robert Eggers movie, and also probably, I'm realizing recently, unconsciously, probably very inspired by Lars von Trier's The Antichrist. Really cool idea, the baby. Thanks. Are you going to be able to automate the process? Give the baby an iPad. Oh, automate the process. No, I don't think so. But you know, that's an interesting idea. Maybe what I could do is consider items that you leave with the baby. Maybe that's a version of automating the process. Kind of like, what do you call those, little mobile? The little things that are above a baby that spins where you see the planets. Or just some little thing to occupy the baby. A pacifier of some sort. That's a good idea. Okay, so let me change how, what is it? The animator has idle and baby bounce. So in Hush Baby, after it does the hush, it does animator play idle, just so the baby stop, or so it does one and then that's it. What else did I say? So it does that, and then it does this. Does this... I'm going to set this so it doesn't loop, just in case there's any glitchy timing things. Okay, so it does it once. And then I think while I'm here, in baby mood, I want to expose the value for testing stuff. Oh, and then since we know it works, right, like I can change the max value to 10, just so this lasts a little bit longer. Is that the model Twitch didn't like? Oh, yeah, right here. You can't really see much. There we go. So I took the face from the old model and then blacked out her eyes. I want to fade. It's kind of like a... There's like a harsh line on the new face and the or the old face and the new skin. So I want to blur that line. There's still work to be done on this model for sure, and then these breasts are extra blocky. I may end up hiring somebody to do a more proper model if this doesn't obscure nicely later on when it's animated and shit. And after, of course, I try to do some touch-ups myself, but this is basically it. She got like 3 big toes. This is me desperately trying to make the texture work. Anyways, oh, and then her ass. And I think that line is actually a flipped version of the fold between her stomach and her legs and her thighs. Okay, so we have the baby that can cry and hush. Let me go to the to-do list. God, I hope YouTube doesn't ban me for that shit now. Tap Q hushes baby, complete. Baby mood meter, complete. Now, lastly is hold Q places baby down. I think before I even do that, there needs to be a step where equipping baby to left hand. And then maybe this is even question mark here, passive hand, so it's maybe a two-handed control system, but maybe your left hand is for things like holding your baby and like a lantern. Am I overcomplicating things? YouTube made me approve Frank's comment for dad ass. Yeah. True, it feels like we will be replaced soon, but I think it has helped a lot with game dev recently, so like the only limit soon will be your imagination when creating something. Yeah, there's a gray area for sure. Like the game I play all the fucking time, the finals, the voices of the announcers and stuff are AI. But the reason it's dope is because they pay royalties to the voice actors. So the money that the game makes, there's always some percentage of the money that the game makes that goes to the actors, so they always get a little cut, as opposed to the actors basically signing their soul away. Because like there's some actors who didn't realize like they're signing their soul away, and like it's literally like now anybody can use their voice forever to the end of time, and they don't get any money from it. And that's just not something I'm looking to normalize. But yeah, I'm totally into the idea of like figuring a way that it can work out in a fair way for sure, because it is a really powerful tool, no doubt. Peach emoji. Any games inspiring this one? The Stanley Parable is the closest one I can think of. I feel like this is kind of like a horror version of the Stanley Parable. Stanley Parable meets Disco Elysium, just like mechanically, like system wise. It's like the sort of branching paths of like the first person just do a thing, interact with a thing, and that constitutes a choice, right? Like the Stanley Parable, and kind of like I hope to get sort of within the depth of choices, so you can have all these little hidden, and I don't mean spatially hidden. I mean like hidden as an option, where it's like, if you did this and then did that, then they did that, and then did this and then that, then this new thing happens that you've never seen before. Even if it's all within the same space, you're always in your house, you're always in this field, you're always going on the same roads, like little things will pop up, or versions of things will change, like in the Stanley Parable. It's like a very fixed world, but there's like different things that can happen in the same space. And then the other side of that is Disco Elysium, in that like it has the sort of the ominous narrator, and that the sort of branching dialogue itself is also very tied to like your character's the character that you imbue within the player's character. You know what I mean? Like how personality changes the game, which is huge. So I feel like those are the two things. Using AI for NPC dialogue would be dope. I'd love to be able to walk around in GTA and get to Get an awesome cake recipe from a cop. Yeah. There are YouTube videos of this. People are doing it with like Skyrim and stuff. I really got to keep just playing Disco Elysium. Me too. I was Kim Kitsuragi for Halloween last year. Okay, equipping baby to left hand, passive hand. I don't think I'm gonna do passive hand. I think I'm just gonna commit to the baby goes in your left hand. Fucking end of story. Nothing else ever goes there. If I ever really want to, then I'll kludge it together for a lantern or whatever. So, baby equipping to left hand. Object, I say, is pickup. So, as of right now, when the player interacts with it, they just treat it like anything else and they put it in their hand. That's why I can even scroll and go to different item slots and it will hide the baby as if the baby's not even there. So I think where's the logic for that? It says is pickup. What if I just after generic parent to item slot, what if before, because here's where it sets it as currently equipped, and I don't want the baby to be considered the currently equipped item. Don't hate me, but Disco Elysium was just wasn't my jam. No hate. It's a bit of a slog for me as well. I'm not gonna lie. Like I've thoroughly enjoyed it, but I can very easily see why people aren't into it. It's fucking reading. It's reading a book, or choose your own adventure. Should include a baby leash so you can use the baby as a mace against the witch. Yeah, right. Okay. I need to change. So if like this is you're standing and you have, well, that's not you. Okay, where's this baby at? The baby is not currently equipped. You know what? I think I just it's as simple as in object I make maybe I just do a string check. Get name, get child, and then it's not a generic item slot. Okay, I think right here is where I can inject the baby logic. Where I go is baby question mark, and then you do a string compare that says object hit name, and you compare it to baby. If it's not equal, then you say no, and you just go down to here. But if it is equal, then you... one second, I'm getting a phone call. Sorry about that. Kill two birds with one stone. 1 second. All right. Okay. I fucking hate that they send giant packages for. What do we got? Let's see. Let's do one of these. Camel me. This is for microphones for a multi-camera setup to record videos with more than 2 lavs at a time. And then this is cold shoe mounts with swiveling heads to put additional gear on top of cameras. Okay. So, let's see, back to this. Okay, it does the string compare. And then what I want to do is take the set is kinematic, the use gravity, and the set parent and the next frame event. Copy all of that and put it down here. Make this an action sequence, except this is going to be object hit, and object hit, and object hit, and okay, I think this works out. I'd totally get a camera if I didn't bear a striking resemblance to Sloth from the Goonies. Let's make the self-talk a little nicer. Holy shit! Wait, hold up. What the fuck? Oh, okay. Sorry, I just realized that the playback on my phone was not live. Is it the most up-to-date thing now? Okay. Let's make the self-talk a little kinder on yourself. I don't have necessarily a mug that belongs here. But I, you know, I feel okay. People look for just being genuine. Okay, sorry. Does all that, object hit, and it gets the item slot to parent to, right? Is that in here as well? Get child. Okay, I think that's literally just the logic I have to put in. I think I can now pick up the baby as well as other game objects simultaneously. Let's find out the hard way by playing it. Fuck. Okay, I'm so sorry again. Okay, put the baby to sleep. Okay. Okay, and then I'll grab this. Ah, I can't. Why not? It goes to... It says there's already something currently equipped. Oh, I should put a sound effect when you do this that goes shh, 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 shh. What is the path it's taking here? It says I have something currently equipped. All right, let me pause it. So it goes here. It says, is it a baby? Yes, and that's why it did all of the things. But if it's no, it should skip down here, which it does. Why does it say baby is still currently equipped? I don't put that in here, right? And then that should go back to start. Interact. Currently equipped? No. Raycast for object. Hit something. Is it a pickup? Yes. Go here. Does it have a generic item slot? No. Is it a baby? Wait, why is object hit baby slot? That's not right. Share the self-love. Bro, yeah, I can't always love myself either. I was trying to say it in a gentler way. But I think maybe that it helps to be a little more forward about that. I can't always love myself. I've struggled a lot with that. I'm streaming right now because on rare occasion I found it easy to accept myself. So, yeah, generic item slot. Item slot to parent to. Okay, that gets set to none. Get name. Object hit gets that. Oh wait. Object hit candle. It should store it as object hit name, and then it should store that. Interesting. Okay. I think I've always been keen on self-deprecating humor, even when things are going right. I have really thick skin. That's good. That's good. I can't say I'm always. I thought I really believed in myself for a long time, and within the last like couple years, I realized that there's a lot of tricky ways that I've like lied to myself, where I'm like, oh no, I believe in myself, and I think that's true to an extent, but it became pretty clear to me that there's a lot of self-doubt that I have, like a lot of self-doubt. This is really tripping me up, though. I don't really get why. If I go back to the start, is there something in here that's doing this shit? No. And then, okay, I guess a real thing, a good test would be, I'm going to mute this so you guys don't have to hear this shit anymore. Scorpio Wisp says, what software are you using? This is Unity, and I'm doing all the programming with Playmaker. So that's what all the stuff on the bottom of the screen you're seeing is. That's Playmaker. Okay, so let's see what happens right now when I hit E to interact with this baby. Okay. And I'm going to pause this shit. So, it did get here. It shouldn't have. Object hit name. Oh, bro, because in here, I just get name, and then I... okay. Let's make a new variable called object hit underscore name underscore slot or plus no slot. Okay. And then we'll use that. And I think that's the last time you need to do that, right? It doesn't ever use the string again? Okay. Now I feel like this should be fine. And I should be able to pick up the baby. And while I'm holding the baby, be able to pick up other things still. Okay, so where the fuck are my eggs? Up your ass. Wake up. Stand up. Go over. Grab the baby. Stops on the FSM where it should now. I can see it already. Grab this. Yes! Hit F. Yes! Great. Now I can have a baby and pick other things up. And I can cycle through other things. So let's go outside. so I can have my candle. I'll put away my candle. Oops. Okay, grab my axe. Okay, cycle through my candle, my axe, my eggs. Eggs kind of clipping through the baby, but, you know, c'est la vie. Right? I could drop the candle, drop the axe, and drop the eggs. Okay? Walking around with my baby. Got my bunny rabbit, got my axe. Okay. So now all I gotta do is add in the hold Q to drop baby. Really brought it home, guys. Bro, you have a great energy about you. Thank you. You remind me a lot of my buddies from school. You also have a creative mind. Your projects don't feel as generic as some others I've seen. I really appreciate that. I try really fucking hard, man. I try really hard. I feel very seen right now, so I appreciate that, man. I try really fucking hard not to make some plain Jane ass clonerific shit. Not to anything against anybody who makes cloney shit, because everybody ends up putting their own spin and juice into things anyway. But I have a hard time following beaten paths. It was a hard pill for me to swallow, the idea of using this dialogue system instead of doing something else, you know. I send you the from your stream in general for a placeholder for now. Okay, thanks. Okay, so I don't know what, I guess it's, you know what you don't want to do? Do I put all this programming in the baby? Okay, don't do this at home, kids, because this is not good object-oriented programming. Okay. So this is your warning, right? Do not attempt at home, folks. Hush baby. I'm already fucking doing it here. Like, I'm putting this key down here because I'm assuming that you're holding the baby. But the problem is, like, if I drop the baby, like if I put in logic right now to drop the baby, there's nothing saying that I still can't do the hush thing. So I'd be able to drop the baby, walk away from it, and hit Q, and you'll see the baby being hushed by, like, nothing. So that's kind of bad design. Thankfully, the system is simple enough where I could put in these little caveats, but that shit does not scale if you're making a more complex game. We're going to do that right now anyway. So this is, again, third time. Do not do this shit at home. Son of a bitch. I feel like I'm living by bad example, but whatever. Sometimes you do some fucked up shit. You fucking put some input controls on the object itself instead of the fuck. I guess that's kind of what I do anyway, but there's usually a proxy that the player has to send to the thing. Like the object, right? That's what everything else has been doing. It's been relying on an interact event. And I think because the baby is a sort of a secondary item. Okay. So I'm not too far off from fixing this. I might. There's hush baby, and then there is. Okay, if I hit this, so I hit get key down, right? It comes over here, and then here you put tap or hold, question mark. And then you add transition, custom events, input. Oh, wow, I don't even have this in here from the old game. Okay, we'll have to make a new one. Input space / space tap. Okay, and input space / space hold. So you do input tap and input hold. So if it's a tap, it continues and it does the hush. Which means that you're doing a get key up of Q, and it sends input tap. But if you put in a wait action, that constitutes a hold. So if you haven't let up yet, but this whatever, like half-second timer finishes, then this is drop baby. So I might call this like baby controls, and now I have to go in here and was there any other, maybe nothing really cared about this, huh? Did baby mood care about this? I don't think any other. Okay, thankfully no other place really asked what the name of that was. Nice, I send you the shush. Oh, I already saw that. Sometimes for some reason this disconnects and it stops being live, but then the chat stays live. Okay. Great, baby controls. So drop the baby. I think that can just be send event. Broadcast all. And we'll do, excuse me, new event, controls space / space, drop baby. Or place baby. Scorpio Wisp says, I'm also working on a horror game, but I'm still a noob, still in the 3D modeling phase, and still visualizing and figuring stuff and whatnot. Good phase to be in. I live very much by the quote of, you know, give me a week to chop down a tree, and I'll spend the first 6 days sharpening my axe. So preparation is great. It could put you in a good place. That being said, don't be the person who gets to the end of the 7th day still sharpening their axe. Because if somebody only lets you into their garden until that 7th day, then you're shit out of luck. So there's also virtue in actually shipping the fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, drop baby sends that. Let's add a little next frame event. And we'll add a finished, boom. And this can go back up to here. Okay. Oh, action sequence. Okay, so controls place baby. That goes on player. It goes on the PSX camera. Yeah. I think so. Does it? No. Player. Maybe it does. Fuck it. The programming for this game is so ass backwards at this point. I'm also gonna call this the Witch effects post process. Baby slot, add an FSM, global transition, custom events, controls, place baby, and it is. What do you do? It's like you play. It's like wherever you're looking, you just do like a ray cast out or something. So you do like a ray cast, like 3 meters in front of that. That should change later, but you know, whatever. From main camera. Okay. Forward in the Z direction. Self space. Yes. Also set vector value, set vector 3 value at the top here. New variable, hit point. Sets it to, nah, we don't need that. Hit point, okay, so we store that, but we'll also do a did hit. Did hit. And then you do a bool test at the end. Repeat is 0. Layer mask is 1. Only place on environment. I think you should only be able to place it on environment. And then you do a bool test. At the very end here. for the did hit, and you go did hit question mark. If it's true, yes. If not, no, bitch. And if it's no, then you just do a little next frame event. Or actually, no, because this is being sent from somewhere else. No hit. But if you did hit, then it's place the baby down. Set position. And also get child. This is getting dodgy. I just want to get child. Store results. I don't give a fuck. Baby. Set position of baby to the hit point in world space. And set parent. Actually, I'm gonna go and copy the stuff from our player. Where's drop at? Oh. I think you just go... Oh, maybe I do put this shit in here. Should I have put that in there? Fuck it. I'm already so far. I'm in deep on this bad design, bad programming. It's gonna work, but it's gonna be real fucking not malleable if I ever want to change shit. PSX camera. Focus. Baby slot. In here. Baby to nothing. World position stays. Turns off kinematic, says use gravity. Baby, baby. Kind of sounds like I'm singing lyrics when I say baby this much. Physics. Actually, just call this place baby. Okay, we'll make this an action sequence. Put this at the very top. And then this at the very bottom. I think this should work. Place baby. Get rid of this variable that I didn't use. Okay, so it gets the child, which is the baby, the owner of this, which is, sets the parent of baby to nothing, sets the kinematic off, gravity on, sets the position to the hit point that we just said. This is useful if you want to override the position of objects that are animated or otherwise positioned in update. I want to say that I forget the order of things. Like fixed update is the physics thing, and that's what the rigid body is using. I'm gonna go with no for now, and then we'll change that if I need to. Okay, let's see how well this works. Also curious to know what's the concept of your game. Let me tell you in just a moment. Let me check what this baby controls looks like really quick. Okay, baby, got it. Hold. Ah! Where's the baby at? Is he falling infinitely into the void? Yep, sure is. Oh, the ground plane caught him. Okay. My guys. So focus on this shit one more time. Curious to know what the concept of their game. So the game is maybe you call it an RPG. I feel like an RPG is a fair way to put it. First person RPG kind of thing. It doesn't have all of your like Skyrim kind of shit. Like there's no actually that's not true. I feel like this is very close to that kind of thing. I do want to put items like potions and shit. I guess what I'm trying to say is that like when I say it's not like Skyrim and stuff, there's not going to be screens of stats. So imagine like Skyrim. This is coming from somebody, by the way, who's played all of maybe 10 minutes of Skyrim. Imagine Skyrim, but if there was no stats and inventory screens, and instead it was really, really simple controls and things that you have to like observe in the world. So all the decisions you make are based off of like dialogue options and like the way you use items in the world. I feel like that's fair. A few moments ago I was describing it as like the Stanley Parable and Disco Elysium, because Stanley Parable is a very mechanically simple game, right? And like all the depth comes out of the choices you make. And it's about witches. It's about you're a mother living in this village and there's a witch, and so it's how do you react. I'm working on my low poly skills. When a 3D model, I always lean for photorealism, which is useless for game dev. My art always has a metric ton of verts. I'd love to someday make a horror game that incorporates augmented reality so the player can turn their surroundings into a horror game. I mean, I feel like you could still, Frank, there's like, there's that whole process of doing, sorry, I heard myself say doing really strange right now, but there's the whole process of doing a high resolution mesh and then baking the details into PBR textures, and then producing automating a process to like produce a lower poly mesh, and then applying all of the PBRs onto that low poly mesh, right? And the PBRs are sort of the things that like retain the data from your high poly mesh, right? That's like a pretty standard pipeline that I feel like it's like, what did you say? You said which is useless for game dev, right? It's like, I don't think that's true. I think like in game dev, that's still the process. You just need to learn one more step or learn to apply that last step, if that makes sense. Hey, Steven, Shadow is Light, what's up? What the fuck is going on? I love this. This is like a big family reunion kind of thing. I see you making a horror game. Yes, I am. Great tip for a horror game. Good audio can do a lot without having to do jump scare. Ooh, believe me. I know. I agree 100%. I am stoked to my little titties to really go all in on the audio design stuff. I got a lot of things in my game design document that have to do with audio design stuff. Very, very excited. Looking forward to it. Simple things too. I think very effective. Like you said, it's like good audio can do a lot without having to do much. I wish somebody could show me how I can implement imported mix of animations into enemy AI, like when you're in proximity and the jump scare is triggered. I've seen tutorials and kind of get the gist of it. My horror, I don't know if you've taken my horror course, but I have a horror course on Gumroad, and there's literally tutorials on there. But also, yeah, you can literally find out anything for free on YouTube. But my horror course, I like super fucking just make the most simple version of it. I also need to work on sculpting organic features. My strengths are in modeling, architecture, and non-organic objects. Oh yeah, I hear that. Same. It's a lot of work, man, making that jump from man-made shit to like flesh. Work had me hostage for the longest of a while, so I haven't been active much. Well, I'm glad you're here now. Glad you tucked away. Thanks for being here. Hope you have a good time while I make silly little improvements on this baby system right now. This one I'm kind of banging my head against the wall. So I think the mistake was that this floor is not tagged as environment. Yes, I am correct. So let's take home floor and say it is environment. Yes, change the children. So all these now are tagged as environment. and I'm also going to take this outside. This is already tagged as environment, and it has a terrain collider, so that should be okay. Okay, let's see how this works. Another thing that I'm wondering is that if when it did that thing, because it should have at least hit the terrain, if it placed the baby there, but then the baby clipped through because the center point of the baby is where it was matching the hit point, right? So if I go like this and then go like, yeah, you see the baby's there for a moment. So what I need to do is offset it, which means if I go to the camera, go to baby slot, and then in place baby, I have a XYZ add, right? So before I set position, I will vector3 add XYZ, and on Y, I will add a 0.5 to the hit point. And that way it kind of pushes it up a little. In fact, just to be safe, let's put it as one whole unit upwards. So we'll see our baby kind of like lightly drop. Let's see, show. So what's your idea of the horror game you're going for? Hopefully that's just like an immersive thing, a really seamless, like, I don't want you to have to learn a lot of controls, he said, as he made a fucking weird baby thing. Okay, hold on, let's see if this works. Brilliant. Let's change that number. How low can it go? Let's change this to add 0.25. 0.25. Let's see if that works. That works. Right? Oh! Is it because I put it too close to the rabbit? What was there? I don't know what pushed it right now. Oh, that's so much better. That's so much better. Fuck yeah. Great. I'll do 0.25 then. Place baby 0.25. Wonderful, wonderful. Love this. Okay. So, the idea of the game is just you're a young woman with a baby and a husband. It's the Robert Eggers situation. There's a witch in the forest. There's people who, actually, in Robert Eggers' thing, they're kind of out. They're out there by themselves. They've been like totally outcast from the village that they were living in. But in mine, it's that like they live on their own out in the forest. But there's also sort of neighbors that you can take these little paths. So like, really quick, I can show you. So like this is the little area that you live in, right? And it's kind of like your little farm. You have your goats and your chickens and everything. But you can take this path, and that path. If I really zoom out, you can see it goes, right? You can take this path to like that house, to that house. That one way out there is the one that goes to the city. And I'm just going to implement some fucking brain dead ass invisible walls. I'm just literally going to have the player not be able to go in certain places by just saying like, fuck you. Fuck you, I'm a video game, that's what. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll just have you get killed or just some, maybe there's a more clever way, but ostensibly like effectively an invisible wall. But yeah, you take actions. I'm gonna make it a really mechanically simple game, so like there's very few things you could do mechanically, but that all of the choices should be rich enough to have like a fuck ton of replayability. And also there's some I'll just say that like your choices will have a lot of influence on what can happen. Sorry, thanks, which is stoked my little titties, writing that one down. yeah. I think that's from, not exactly, but it's the The Big Short. Ryan Gosling says, I'm stoked to my, or he says I'm jacked to my tits when they're making the deal. What if the rabbit starts following you when you go outside and it's actually the witch taking rabbit form at first? This is, yes, that's what the rabbit is. Yeah. The rabbit, where is it? Where the fuck is my rabbit at? Hair. Right? And in it, you can see hair and witch hair. 2 different FSMs. Still not 100% sure what the programming difference is going to be, but there they are. I already set it up, so there is going to be a difference between just a normal rabbit and one that a witch is apparently possessing. Webcam focus is freaking out in the dark for your... Okay, you know what? Oh, Philip Hurlitz. By the way, I never really know what Phil's real full name is, because I feel like I see it several different versions out there. But welcome, Phil, everybody. How's it going, man? How goes it? Let me just turn on some lights. Actually, being backlit will not help. Let me... Oh, you know what I could do? I could use this now. This can strap onto the top of my camera now that I have this cold shoe mount. Should I use this? ISO's on auto. I'm already at max aperture and a decent shutter speed. I'll use this ring light. Is there a USB I can... Oh, I can plug it into my monitor maybe. So check this shit out. Maybe I can go like this. Oops, hold up. 1 second. So, okay. This will make my life so much easier. Jesus. Oh, should not go that far in. Should go like this, then that, and then this. Cool. And then I could take this and maybe plug it into the back of my monitor. Let's see if this is enough juice or if I'm gonna kill my monitor. Okay, moment of truth. I think it works. Yeah! There we go. Oh, that's great. That is great. And I don't even need this because this plugs into my monitor now. Okay. Picture in picture. Woo! Look at that. Fucking clean, warm, very evenly soft lighting. Wonderful. Going good. I'm glad. If anybody ever wants to make a multiplayer game, use Phil's Fusion Playmaker integration. It's wonderful. Okay, back to work. So, where was I? I placed the baby. Okay, we're making great progress. So, holding Q places the baby down, and it places down. Great. Equip baby to left hand. Great. All that works now. Yes. What's next? Time to add item to-do list items. So, I can put the baby to sleep. Oh, fuck. Now the husband has to come home. He's knocking at the door. Should we play this for a sec? Just to like... I need some motivation. I'm going to do 2 things. I'm going to say the baby starts with... Let's see. Set float value. The baby mood. and we'll make a new variable called baby mood underscore start value. Make it an input. And we'll try like, we'll give it, I guess just the full 10, right? That was kind of a waste, whatever. But I need some time before the baby starts crying. And let's play this maximized. We'll unmute it and get ready to hear this fucking baby crying, and we'll put it to sleep. Press play. Here we go. And I'm gonna mute the mic. Something tells me I didn't do something right. But maybe baby cry checks too quick, right? It gets the value too soon. Let's make this wait 1 second. Now the baby should not cry. Here we go. Sorry. I just realized I was muted. Okay, I fixed the mistake. I literally just forgot to overrides. What's changed? There's no overrides. Okay, we can play this. This should totally work now. Muting my mic. Success. Didn't mean to knock the baby over. Okay. Oh, you know what I missed? Right now, the baby's crying sound is not spatial, 3D spatialized. I need to go to my... does your wait action need an event? I think that was a message for before I solved the problem, right? W, why is this here? Oh, right, that's the scene light for this. Okay, but yeah, I need to make the baby's cry spatialized. So let's go into master audio, go to baby cry, and use occlusion. Now, what I'm kind of wondering though is, it's all the way in 3D. But I feel like it's not Maybe I only just needed to use occlusion there. Maybe that was the only thing. Okay, I'm about to test again. Not great to be doing all these micro tests, but it's been a long stream. No. Right? Oh, hang on. Where is the sound being attached to? Baby crying. Master audio plays baby cry. Attached to this object. It's there. It's even doing the raycast to the player camera. Right? Is that where I am? Yeah. So it's even doing the raycast. But what the hell's going on? Why use this location attached to game object? For some reason, the baby's audio is still not spatial. It's set to spatial right here though. Oh, dude, you know what it is? It's the fall off. The fall off's crazy. Look at it. We're in this massive. Yeah. Okay. I just need to make it smaller. So I need to make the minimum. Oh yeah, look at it. That's fucking huge. It's like you can hear the baby perfectly within this massive sphere. Let's reduce this to max distance. You should be able to hear like 40 meters. That's even kind of generous, I feel. Yeah, because I still want to be able to hear the baby crying in the woods. Maybe I even set it to 50 meters, but I want the inner one, the max level. Or sorry, the min. Is that the min distance? Where's that at? What changes when I change this? That's just the top of the graph, right? So this is like peak baby crying sound if it's within this bubble. Okay, and so now I will copy this component and then paste that in here. Paste component values. Okay, great. Now, hopefully, also, I don't really like the custom roll-off. Call me crazy, but I kind of like a linear roll-off. Do I have to reset it now? Fuck. Or no. Yeah, okay, that's good, that's good. So now, this should feel a little bit more spatialized. Are you using the min-max range of the audio source? Is the min range too small? Yep, that was definitely the problem. I need to, you know what, okay, here's the thing I realized, is that in using this new OBS setup to stream directly from OBS without ever having to open YouTube, let me check if it has the option actually. Control panel, Open Studio. I'll check before the next stream. But basically, latency is biting me in the ass. Because it would be nice to get your guys' comments a little sooner than I have been seeing them. I always use linear. Yeah, linear's good. I think linear is the move. Okay, let's see if our baby's spatialized audio. I feel like bro's not even crying now. Oh, does he not? Hold up. Yeah. I feel like he's still... Okay. Two things. One, I'm gonna turn off the music while we play test. I don't want to get sick of this song because it's really cool. Two, I'm not gonna play maximized. I'm gonna play unfocused. Three, I'm gonna have the baby cry sound effect pre-selected. And four, gonna have, or actually, no. In game screen, I'm gonna have gizmos on. Let's debug the fuck out of this problem. I feel like Twitch chat is pretty quick in OBS. With YouTube, I always monitor chat on my phone. I am looking on my phone right now. But there's an option in YouTube Studio that I think I need to go select. Definitely not spatialized. Look! Problem solved. Camera. What is this camera that the baby's targeting? Is that the camera aspect ratio bars? That's funny. Why does it pick that one? Let me make sure master audio is set up correctly. I kind of need that other camera because the aspect ratio needs a black outline. Okay. This is good. This is good. Advanced settings, use occlusion. Okay. Windows, master audio. Welcome window, master audio manager. Prefab exists in scene. Master audio settings. That's what this is, right? So what's problematic is that right now I have two cameras in the scene. There's the camera that renders the actual image that we see, the player, which is the player's camera, and there's a secondary camera, which I use to render only sort of like a black background for the negative space created by the main camera. And the main camera creates negative space because I have this aspect ratio plugin that literally crops some of the screen in it so I can get that classic square shape. So right now, Master Audio is using... It's targeting, but I feel like that shouldn't be a problem why the spatialization isn't working. I feel like that's actually not even related. I could see it's doing its raycast though, so for the occlusion that will affect things. I haven't messed with Master Audio a whole lot, but I can't remember if I could trust the audio source settings because I think Master Audio kind of did its own thing that weren't reflected. There's some things that it's a little bit of both. It's a little bit of both. Gonna go watch TV with wife. I'll check and stream again when I head to bed. Good luck. Have fun. Thank you. Thanks. Thanks for swinging by, Philip. And Frank also says, I gotta run. Take it easy. Thanks for swinging by, guys. Rez, you caught Phil right as he was leaving. Time is it? 6:30? Shit, I didn't even go for a run today. I have to hit the treadmill. This is so confusing because advanced settings, use occlusion, Audio origin. Oh, no, clip. Probability, pitch, loop clip. We do want a loop. And in here, Genjiro says, I'm here watching as I'm working on my game also for company. I feel a bit like deja vu, like I've been here before. I don't know. You're working... Wait. I'm working on my game also for company? Oh, for company. Right. Being in good company. I do want to see what you're working on. I feel a bit like deja vu, like I've been here before. Oh, I've definitely been here before. I gotta head off. Looking forward to the next one. All right, Rez. Thanks for swinging by, man. Okay, let's focus in on it. It's right here. It has a linear roll-off. This is the minimum distance. That is the maximum distance. Spatial blend is maximum 3D. 3D sound settings. What is spread? Sorry, what's spread? Sets the spread of 3D sound. Was this set to 0? Is that... Does this... Okay, I just set spread to 360. I don't know if that's supposed to be 0 or 360. But we're gonna... And what about listener? Do I have like... Is this shit set to like mono or something? Nope. Alright. Crossing my fingers. Okay. I wonder if spatially if it even works. I'm getting pretty far. You know what I wonder? Oh! Dude! Where's that other camera at? Dude, I just have to take a fucking thing out of this. That's all I had to do. Remove components. There we go. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I forgot that it's because of the listener. Okay. Alright. I will be very surprised if this doesn't work. Spread, I think, kind of changes the 3D location where it's coming from. Usually keep it on 0 so it's coming from the right direction. Okay. Let me see. It's funny because 360 would make it be right back where it ended up. There we go. Yeah. I'm gonna pause. We'll go to the baby sound. Okay, it changes back to 0. Play. Perfect. Yes. And now that raycast is following me. As it should. And it gets quieter as I walk away, right? Is it? It is getting quieter, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, it works. Sorry, I don't know why that's really funny to me. It's also really fucking annoying to if that's the thing I'm debugging is a baby crying like that. Like instinctually, I'm just it's so irritating. Okay. Master audio 0. Everything else is fine. Okay, we're going to select master audio, overrides, apply all. Okay. Turn off gizmos. And so now I can even check. Let's on master audio. What is the occlusion settings for which layers is it occluding? Layer mask is environment. Okay, so if I change these walls, where are they? Home walls. Change all to environment. Should I make a walls layer? Let's just go for it. Let's just do this environment layer. Okay. Now let's see if they'll occlude, if that'll also occlude and create a low pass filter for the baby crying. There's no occlusion there. Why not? Oh, because, duh, the occlusion requires colliders. Stupid fucking idiot, Steven, you dumb, worthless garbage. Piece of trash, bitch. Okay, so we'll select that. Wall. I need to import, let's see. Quick object replacer, great, it's already imported. Wall B. We're gonna go to project, prefabs, environment, create folder, players, home. And we'll take this wall B. Make it a prefab. Put a box collider on this some bitch. Yeser. Okay. And then search for all wall Bs. And replace them with that. Whoops. Copy rotation. There we go. So at least those walls have colliders. This one I'll need to use Easy Collider for. Let's just make sure that the occlusion works, because it should at least work for those walls. That means I can't just walk out through these walls like I have been. Try to get outside before the baby starts crying. Quick. Fuck. Nice! The occlusion works. Right, so it's a little bit muffled. Nice. Okay. You know what? No, I should keep working, right? I should keep working. There's a lot of work to do. Okay, what's next? What's next? Keep your head down, Steven. Keep going. Fuck. Am I ignoring? What am I ignoring? What's making me uncomfortable? It's making me uncomfortable thinking about doing the husband stuff because I got to bring in the character. Okay, fuck it. What are the steps? Pick a character model for husband. Okay, make husband prefab. Take a small break if you're hungry. Me no hungry. Baby no hungry. I'm antsy and I want to play the finals. Hang on. Would you guys hate me if I play the finals for a little bit on stream? I've been thinking about dedicating like literally stream time just for playing the finals. There's not enough people out there playing Bank-It or Power Shift. Everybody plays the ranked thing, or what is it, Cash Out or whatever. Let me keep going. Okay, husband prefab. Oh. You start at home asleep in bed, waking up to your baby crying, your husband knocking at the door and shouting. Okay, we need door interaction more than anything. First up, this is already kind of on that other list. Which one is it? This one. Okay. Sorry, I'm copying and pasting things from my to-do lists. Is this... Here we go. Time is it? 6:45. Okay. Maybe I do hop off for a little bit. Maybe I need to play video games for like an hour. And then eat. And then come back for like a late night continuation. Maybe smoke a little bit of weed. Hit the gunge. Is there anything I could do before I end? Just do like one last, they say like one last rep. Kind of like, what's our one last rep? Maybe it's there actually isn't a lot. A lot of this is bespoke stuff. This is all dialogue. A lot of the first things that you deal with are actually just dialogue driven. I do need to write a fair amount of dialogue. The egg logic we already made happen. Sounds good, but come back, stream more game dev. You set up 1 week deadline and I'm anxious. Yeah, I know. I do look back at this thing. Also, I put on my my calendar. Today's the 23rd, right? 23rd, yeah. I put tomorrow to make the first teaser trailer. Which is crazy. But I think I could do it. And I mean like teaser trailer. I think right now there's like enough things that are kind of getting put in place where I could kind of like make like a cool little 30-second teaser to put up on YouTube and Twitter. To have people at least be aware of the game coming out. So I do got to do some shit, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Okay, yeah. I think this is a good point to hop off. So yeah, I'm gonna come back in a little bit. I'm just gonna, or not in a little bit, like maybe just over an hour. Yeah, I'm gonna play some video games, eat dinner, and then sort out a nice fat to-do list, smoke some weed, come back, and hammer away at Dev on stream. So I'll have a nice, healthy stream later tonight, because I think we've already been streaming for like a couple hours at least, right? Okay, everybody who swung by, thanks for swinging by. If you're watching this VOD and you're wanting some more, tune in a little bit if it's day of. What time is it right now? So it's 6:48 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on October 23rd. I will be back on later tonight. So within the next like couple hours. Be sure to check back in. You can also hit up the Discord to see announcements for when I'm streaming sometimes, but the best way to do it is to just literally put the little notification bell thingy or whatever on YouTube, because then you'll just know when I'm actually going live. So that's actually the best way, because I don't always notify Discord when I'm streaming. All right, everybody. Thanks for swinging by. Junjero, I think, who else was there? Rez left. Frank, Phillip left. To Junjero and whoever else. I see that there's multiple people still left in here. I'll see y'all in a little bit. If you're still awake and or down to tune in. Okay, everybody. See you in a little bit. Peace, 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 peace.